A couple of years ago, I completed XCOM 2 and had a blast playing it. Whenever I opened that game to pressing the exit button, the most boring part was always the loading screens. For me, it was almost perfect. Almost perfect. You see, I had one problem with the game, and it was that I was a disgusting save scummer. The way XCOM works is that you have your troops a part of your army, and if they died, they were dead forever. And I was not having any of that. If somebody was killed, I would instantly reload the save. Eventually, it got to the point where I would purposely make a bad move to see what happens, and then revert the save. As expected, I beat the game relatively easy because of this, and while it felt good finishing, I knew that I basically cheated my way through everything. But what's done is done.
Instantly, I booted it up again.
This time with a couple differences. I turned up the difficulty, so while it wasn't at the highest, it was difficult enough to challenge me. Secondly, I would never revert a save file. These two minor changes wiped the floor with me. Combined with the fact I had just completed a couple dozen-hour playthrough a few days before, I was completely XCOM'd out. Eventually, I uninstalled the game and forgot about it. Flash forward to present day. I'm looking for something to play for stream, and there it is. The game I never finished was right in front of me, and instantly I knew I had to complete it. I didn't know what pain and tribulations awaited me, but I was determined to see that victory screen properly this time. I would beat Ironman XCOM, the War of the Chosen, and finally put my demons to rest. So, I need to explain some stuff first. XCOM is a game with a ridiculous amount of mechanics, and most people have never played and need that introduction. Yet, if you already do know XCOM, I would be repeating a lot of basic things. Because of this, I'll be talking over the first mission to hopefully cover everything efficiently. This will be on Commander difficulty because I would prefer to finish in a couple of weeks and not a couple of years. Everything else is normal except for disabling the Lost and Abandoned mission. This is solely a tutorial mission which has some more story, but I don't really care about that as I've already beaten XCOM before. The biggest change is that instead of starting with 4 regular soldiers, I get one of the factions at random. What are factions? We'll get to that in a bit, but the most important setting that I've enabled is Ironman, which means I have one save file. Any mistake is permanent, and I can never go back. So now we get into gameplay. These are our troops. They always start off bunched together in this group, which signifies the start of our turn. Under the troops, you see 2 arrows, which are the points they have to do actions. In terms of movement, blue means they would use 1, whereas yellow means they would use 2. Next to certain objects, there's a half and full shield. These show the amount of cover you will get from standing next to an object. Cover is another thing that I'll explain in a bit. Once you've finished your turn, it's your alien's turn, and then it's the same idea. We find our first group of enemies known as pods. So this is the first pod. There are multiple pods per map, and until you find them, they will not partake in the fight. Almost always, they will scatter the second you see them, with the exception of when you're in concealment. Almost always, your squad will start off a level in concealment, which means that until you do revealing action, or get seen through a flank, you are hidden from the enemy. What are any actions you can take? There's a lot as you progress through the game, but with just rookies you can shoot, obviously. Hunker down, which increases your defense and dodge chance. Throw a grenade, each person gets 1. And enter Overwatch, which will shoot at the first enemy that moves. If I enter Overwatch while concealed, I won't take a shot until I'm revealed. If you noticed, one troop looks slightly different compared to the rest, and this is the faction I was talking about, the Skirmishers. They have very different abilities. So what they can do, grappling hook! When taking a shot, there's a calculation that goes into it. There's the base soldier aim, the ideal weapon range, so a shotgun shooting across the map isn't the best. High ground, low ground advantages, and cover. If an enemy is behind half cover, it's minus 20% aim, and full cover is 40% aim. But cover is only in the direction that you're facing. If you're somehow able to get around the cover, you can take a flank shot, which removes the cover bonus to hit, and gives you a chance at a critical hit. You just need to be careful of where you're positioning yourself, because once everyone's done, it's the aliens' turn to do the exact same thing. The previous pod were defeated so fast I didn't even get to explain the enemies. The beginning grunts are the advent troopers that have similar stats to my troops, whereas the red one is the commander with more HP. It has some things it can do other than shoot, but it doesn't do it here. One of my troops gets shot and should have been killed, but there's a chance of them not dying, and instead they bleed out. I have a couple of turns to save them or they die forever, but right now I have no abilities on my troops to save anyone bleeding out. But if I finish the mission, they get saved anyway. All we have to do is complete the objective on the top left, and the mission is done. After finishing, we see the state of our troops. Here we get the option to promote them. The first promotion specializes them, making them into a sharpshooter, ranger, grenadier, or specialist. Each following promotion level, we choose between 2 options. After, we enter the main portion of the game, the base management and building aspect. Here's where we do everything else other than fighting: research and engineering, constructing new facilities, managing troops, and most importantly, controlling the ship. There's a lot I could explain, but for the scope of this video, you only need to know that we choose the next mission here. So that's what we do, which leads to the deployment phase. I choose who goes on the mission. I can edit the guns and what equipment they have, but I have literally nothing right now, so we just get 2 rookies, 2 already promoted units, and head out. We already see the enemies awaiting us. This is a mission that contains the Lost. They come in massive numbers, but mainly their distinguishing factor is their unique mechanic where if you kill one, your turn resets and all points that got used up are refunded. Even though they are weak, what really sucks is that we reveal 2 normal pods. The second pod containing a sectoid, which have double the HP compared to the regular units and utilize psionic attacks more often than their weapon. Why it sucks we reveal both enemies is that they take their turn at the same time. But we take our turn first, so it is in our best interest to engage 1 pod at a time and hopefully kill them before they even get a chance to act. While I would love to sit up in my spot forever, we're on a timer. If we don't retrieve the object before that timer runs out, we fail the mission. Thanks to the specialist, I'm able to hack the information from a distance and bring my only ground troop up to high ground, barely dodging a swing from one of the Lost. After that, we sit up until we're able to kill the rest of the aliens to complete the mission and leave. The next goes just as flawlessly. We extract the VIP and the 2 extra soldiers. The mission after is what scares me, a retaliation mission. While we're in the world map, we have the ability to make contacts with other resistance groups across the world. The aliens obviously don't want people rising up to challenge their rule, so they crack down on this, raiding the camps of the resistance. It's then my job to try and save them. Understandable, right? The problem is, if I don't save a certain amount of people, I lose the mission entirely and lose contact with that region. So it's important that I finish this successfully. We also get introduced to a couple enemies that make our lives much worse. The priest is an advent soldier that can use psionics, but in slightly different ways than the sectoid. And the faceless, while just being melee, have the gimmick of disguising as a citizen. So you run in and try and save someone, and surprise, it's a faceless. But worst of all, we get introduced to the first chosen, the hunter. There are 3 in total, but the one at random that was given to me to start was the hunter. They have their own strengths and weaknesses, but this guy is all about his sniper. Combined with his grappling hook, he sets up for damage at extreme distance. Once you finally get to him, he's exceedingly difficult to catch with his high mobility and can often find places that you didn't know could be reached. The unique aspect of all the chosen, however, is most of the time, they don't try to actively kill your troops. They will steal information from someone they incapacitate, or worse, kidnapped. Every one of them has this dazed status effect, where if you don't remove it, they will run up to your soldiers, do something, and leave. Here was information extraction. It was a slight misplay on that front, but it was a mission success otherwise. Once everyone has arrived back to base, we begin on a covert operation to search for the second faction, the Reapers, who excel at scouting and disrupting enemies without being seen. We then do some base upgrades, research, and so on before we continue. Heading into the next, it's killing a field commander. I have to find a certain unit, kill them before they extract, and then finish everyone off. And I couldn't do it. I failed. I engaged the first pod I found, but this triggered a timer where I had to find and kill the VIP before leaving, which I couldn't do, so it was our first loss of the run. This was demoralizing, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Everyone survived, and the dark event that applies by failing the mission isn't even that problematic. So just a learning opportunity for me. We progress the story and learn of the Avatar project, which, if I let this progress bar fill up and let the timer run out, I will automatically lose the game. How do I prevent this from filling up? The most notable are raiding facilities like this black site, but there's no way I'm ready for it yet, so I'm ignoring it for now. Speaking of gearing up, a supply run. Feeling down after that failure, the game understood and has granted us a mission we cannot lose. We have to pick up these crates, and as long as one gets lifted, it's considered a success. Our first encounters are two new enemies, a Viper and a Purifier. The Viper has moves where it can pull and bind you, and a poison spit. Also, they're females. Seeing the Purifier is a blessing as they are useless. They have a flamethrower which misses 90% of the time, and as long as you don't stand clumped in a group, they'll never use their fire grenade. Finally, never kill them up close as they have a chance of exploding themselves upon death. And that's it. When fighting this pod and the next, I think I played very risky, putting my troops in dangerous positions with the potential of revealing another, and greedily picking up the loot boxes. But with only a single hit on the Reaper, I was really happy. All I need to do is heal him to full HP, and the chance of getting one shot is impossible. Oh. It's dead. We lost our Reaper. Our first death on the first mission we brought them on. We got out with only one more person injured, but losing that first troop member really stings a lot. But it's okay. I've learned from my mistakes, and sometimes stuff happens out of your control. It's alright because losing my soldier like this, it will
never happen again.
Returning to base, we have enough supplies to buy the first squad size upgrade, so we're able to take 5 people on a mission. This reinstills confidence into me as I feel much stronger heading into battle. Entering the next mission, we find a mech which do not get bonuses from cover, but have innate defense and armor points which block damage. If you're grouped, it may use its rockets, but obviously it's a robot, meaning it cannot be affected by psychological or biological attacks, but is able to get hacked and is affected by specific ammo and grenades we will unlock later on. Along with the mech, we find one of the scariest units in the game, the Stun Lancer. They have a gun, but most often, the baton at their back is their preferred weapon to run up to my units and do a melee attack. Most of the time, it will stun or apply some other negative status effect. We get through these guys fine though, and the rest of them, and can return with another success. Finally, we unlock the last faction, the Templars. They can use psionics, but usually like to attack in melee range, and is the only unit in the entire game that we can unlock that after doing a melee can take another action. This is limited on what you can actually do, so for now just think of it as an extra move after attacking. So that's all the factions, but there's still one more special unit that I'll be unlocking later on. The following few missions are all around positive. Firstly, we lose a soldier, but are able to collect the data and kill off all the enemies successfully. Next, we encounter a Muton, who is a jack of all trades. It can throw a grenade, shoot, do a melee attack, and has some HP and armor, but we clear it fine, and it's a success with minor injuries. The aliens track down our ship and ground it, so we're forced to play a defensive mission. But we clean things up, losing one more person, and take flight again. We go on our next mission and demolish it, once again only suffering some minor wounds. Everything seems to be going so well up until a UFO drops down and I'm asked to go scout it out. Okay, so just neutralize all enemies guarding the UFO. Yeah, why did I just do that? I mean, it's the Reaper, so like it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but still. Go with the Reaper, the Claymore. Now just shoot at it. Ooh, I shredded 2 armor? Oh, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. Oh, wait, yeah, because we're still concealed. Ah, yeah, okay. Are you gonna move next to them as well? Ooh, I might be able to. Yes, thank you. I get a good bomb off. Oh yeah, they already activated, so... I mean, I could kill both of them. Oh, why wouldn't I? I kill everyone without, like, them even knowing.
We just picked up an outbound signal coming from the UFO. It's some kind of distress beacon.
Oh, nice. We have someone walk into here. Why not? Go for it. They know I'm here, right? They don't? Well, now they do. Oh, there's the other one on the left side. Okay, missed but expected. Oh, you're still flanking this guy? Right. But it missed. Okay, well, XCOM moment. Oh no. Ugh. Where's the other guy? Can't see anyone right now. That's fine. Oh, that's where he is. And 3 of them are still alive. This isn't good. I'm sorry, this is not a flank? Oh yeah, because there's the half cover there. Oh no! I didn't expect there to be another pod. I can't do anything. Just hack, I guess. Because that way I at least stop this thing. We don't really have anything. Okay, this is a mission. Are you dead? Really? You got poisoned? Oh, I killed another Reaper. I have to evac. I can't do anything. Yeah, we have to leave. 3 people are dead, and there's so many. Yeah. I had to. 2 people aren't gonna be able to do anything in this mission.
Firebrand returning to base.
Commander, we failed in our mission. We'll need to review our...
Wow. 3 deaths. My forced evacuation even made me fail the mission, showing nothing for the pain we suffered. This brings our death count to 7, and we just barely started this game. I know I played some parts poorly. I know this was completely preventable. I know that I got my Reaper killed for the 2nd time. And that's what makes it so much worse. But I have not lost hope yet. We still have about a dozen units, and if they're not done, how could I be? So we press on, never forgetting the comrades we lost, but instead honoring their deaths by demolishing all future missions. In the following mission, we meet the Shield Bearer. They don't have anything special regarding damage, but are one of the tankiest Advent units, and can apply shields to those nearby. This mission was not perfect, but I felt I played it really well, keeping my soldiers alive on the brink of dying. Some injuries, but nothing much. Next, we had to defend this interceptor device. Get over there, kill all the Advent attacking it, and leave afterwards. We run up and find a Spectre, which despite its humanoid appearance is thousands of tiny robots, allowing it to be very nimble and grants it the one-time chance for it to knock down your soldier and create a copy of them. They're definitely up there as one of my most hated enemies in the game. But we're not hung up on the negatives. We lose the mission. Okay? Still not finished. Continuing, we find another new enemy, a Berserker. They're melee attackers just like the Faceless, but unlike the Faceless, we should actually be scared of them. All they do is sprint up to you and slam the ground, but they are really good at that. Their speed plus high HP makes them a formidable foe. With our squad though, we fail! Yeah, so we have to do the black site now. I tried to stall as long as I could to get my army as geared up as they possibly could be, but the progress bar filled up and the countdown has begun. I need to act now, so I choose my squad and we load in. This is make or break. Failure is not an option. We find out what's in the facility and evacuate. I believe in this team. I believe.
We've confirmed the black site is in your immediate vicinity. Infiltrate and investigate the area. Expect heavy resistance.
Ah, but you dodge.
Targets.
Dodge. What is this dodge chance? Alright, hello again, Hunter.
Get to their location to take
Oh wait,
them
you're
out.
choosing this guy? I hate this game. I hate this game so much. How are you missing these?
Everything. What I could.
I kind of wish everyone just dies except the Reaper, to be honest. Like,
Commander, we can't afford to take losses like this. The objective isn't worth the lives of our remaining troops. I'd recommend
Okay, but
we
how do we
while still
abort?
can.
I can't call the Sky Ranger because you put it in over here. I hate every single one of my troops. Every single one of them. There's not a single one that I like. Whatever, just fire at it. Of course, you survive at 1 HP, because why wouldn't you? I'm just done. I did all this maneuvering to keep this guy alive, and then finally, when the Reaper gets revealed, that's when it decides to kill the... I just hate this. I hate this so much.
I am trusting you. There is nowhere to hide.
Holy. Please don't tell me. Okay, well, that's not close, is it? I want to see, so I can make it to here. Maybe I can run up and close the door. Wait, I might be able to do that. Run up and close the door? They can't see me anymore?
Let's get it on.
This guy is still here? Okay, well, never mind, because they just decide to walk through the door for whatever reason. And, yeah, okay, well. I love this. Alright, and that is it for today. I cannot play anymore, because I ended it. I tried coping for so long, but this attempt was going to end like this either way. I finally came to terms with myself. It was a wipe if I let that play out. And even if somehow one person extracted, I would be so crippled, I'd be playing from behind forever. And if I couldn't do it, that timer was ticking, and I would lose either way. So I made the choice. But alright, no problem. One restart. I haven't played this game in years, so going back into this blind and restarting was to be expected. It didn't even take long to get back to this situation, so I knew this second run would get way further than the last. Starting it up again, we get another skirmisher. The beginning doesn't go as smoothly, but it's still fine. The second mission goes even better with just one injury, and every other mission leading up to the black site, all in all, are pretty good. We're doing so well, we get a 5th squad size upgrade earlier than last time, meaning my soldiers are promoting faster than before. Everything's going so well. I feel even more confident once we're forced to go to the black site. I pick the team and head out. Maybe this time it'll actually be a success. Due to me quitting so quickly before, I need to explain how this mission played out. Infiltrate this facility, get in, retrieve the vial, and evacuate with it in hand. Everything else is pretty standard, other than the first chosen you encounter is guaranteed to show up. For this attempt, it happened to be the hunter again. We were flying through this mission. First pod hit, cleared immediately. Second pod hit, took a bit longer, but we got through near perfectly. The only misplay was finding some lost, I don't even know why they're here, and taking 1 damage. All we had was 1 or 2 more pods and the chosen left. I spread my troops out, not only to cover all angles, but to force the aliens into horrible positions to hit any of them. I could consider this mission done. But here's the deal with XCOM. It doesn't matter how well the mission's going beforehand, or even your entire playthrough. All it takes is the enemy to do something. Something no human being would do because it's illogical. Most of the times, it doesn't work out. All it says is the green miss sign, and we all move on with the rest of our lives. Just one miss because of a stupid AI move. On occasion, however, that stupid AI move will work. And all your progress so far can be undone in the blink of an eye. Skill analysis is so strong. Like the resistance order. I didn't realize it like popped every turn. Are you serious? I want to know the percentage chance of that to hit. Like not only hit, but to crit as well. Because he wouldn't have died if that didn't crit, I don't think. I can't really do anything. You're bleeding!
Living like that, I'm not sure what the elders expect.
It's safe to handle.
Oh, okay, so you grapple and then move. Now you're gonna shoot. Oh, it's a grenade. It's a grenade.
We have a soldier down. Get him back on there.
And he's bleeding out. Okay, well that's cool, isn't it? Isn't that great? You have a grenade. Of course you have a grenade, because why wouldn't you have a grenade? And he was killed. At least you have the black side vial. Okay, just run.
Moving to designated coordinates. We're taking over.
Okay, well then. No, okay, good.
Affirmative. Moving out.
All right, well, we beat the mission. Still with still with 2 soldiers, but we beat the mission. Soldiers killed 4.
Whatever it is they're making.
Wait, soldiers killed 4? I thought I made it out. You telling me I didn't make it out? I don't know the percentage of that shot killing. I was behind full cover, the shot even crit, and the worst part is, if I didn't take the 1 damage prior, I would have survived. After that death, the entire mission fell apart. And I did succeed, but the damage was dealt. Losing my best troops caused multiple catastrophic mission failures, and the deaths of many who were a part of the remnants of my army. I decided I couldn't carry on, and chose to restart once again. We perfect the beginning mission, but screw up the mission after, so it's actually attempt 4. You know the drill, we finish all the previous missions and gear up to head to the black side. We have some things that might change the outcome. Primarily, this is the first time we've been able to get tier 2 armor. This gives our soldiers 4 extra hit points and an extra utility slot. It may not sound like much, but the extra HP correlates to getting shot 1 more time before dying, and the utility allows for an item plus a grenade, whereas before we had to choose. So it's the first time we have some tier 2 weapons and tier 2 armor. I never talked about tier 2 weapons ever. It's not important. They just do more damage and I must unlock them individually. You know what better weapons mean. So that's the good news. The bad news is, this time we have a different chosen waiting for us. The Warlock. His entire deal is that he spawns psi zombies every couple of turns from across the map and they will detonate themselves and blow up. After you reach close to him, he will use psionic attacks to fight and will either disorient your soldiers or try to take control of them. At 50% HP is when he does his super move, where he becomes untargetable and spawns a couple psi soldiers. He's only targetable again once we kill all his spawns. But all that doesn't matter. How did I do in the mission? Where are the enemy? Oh, there they are. So let's just get the edge touching this, and then that should also hit the Spectre. Never mind, I didn't hit the Spectre. Okay, you know what? Just run here. 97% chance, take it. I also need to make sure to spread my units apart because this Purifier can just throw a flame grenade and it would screw me. Yeah. Dodged, it doesn't even matter. Immune to explosions, attacks decrease the will, gains health when nearby enemies take damage. Okay. Oh, you're gonna throw a flame grenade, aren't you? Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. We have 2 Vipers over here to deal with. Right, it's... Wait, you spawned 2? Good damage. Fire at this guy. There we go, good. Question mark? Nope, they see me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm bothered to do this mission. I could probably get out with everyone surviving. But I don't know if I'm bothered. Okay, never mind, no. People are gonna die this mission. So I'm gonna save myself the pain and just leave now. Yeah. Okay. I made the call to end the attempt. My troops were way too damaged, and having to fight 1 to 2 more pods plus the Chosen after I've taken so much damage and are burning and poisoned, I didn't see a path to the end. I was getting very, very frustrated. Many small things that wouldn't have caused an issue before were now starting to pile up. That frustration would carry on as I reset the first mission on my next attempt. And the next. And the next. And the next. Actually, attempt 9 was amazing. Boom, 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 boom. I seemed to enter the flow state. While making my way up to the black site mission, I didn't experience a single death, and I can attribute that to one change. Remember before how I said how the missions are only half of the game and there's the base building aspect? Before, I kinda just threw stuff together on what felt good. This time, I planned out on how I wanted to create my base. I won't explain how anything works as it's not necessary for the scope of this video, but the order of the facilities was this. Everything lined up perfectly. I finished the communications right as I needed more slots. I finished the infirmary as I was about to run out of usable troops. I was able to stay ahead in gear, and by the time I had to the black site, I felt more ready than ever before. But stop the music for a bit. I've been here before. Many times. I wouldn't know how prepared I was until I left with that vial in hand and counted the survivors. I knew the Chosen Warlock would appear here again. I knew the general layout of the place, but that hasn't helped me before. Whatever. Stalling is not going to help. Let's do this. That reveals something. I don't think I got spotted by anything. They were over there? So I think or shoot with the sniper. What'd you think it was like? If it doesn't work, I have to reveal the ranger. Okay, take 3 attacks in the same turn. 27%. There's nothing else you can do, so go for it. Holy! Nice! Alright. Wait, you see him? Priest is dead. We can move up over here. Worked out fine. No, okay, you're just burning. Oh, now these are trigger. Okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's 100%. Yeah, I think that was worth. I want to deal with this Chosen before I try to take this thing. He summoned 2 of them. Oh, that sucks. Okay, please wake up without any status effect. Okay, yeah, you are not dazed. Oh no. Oh, and it's the Grenadier! Space my units out at all. That does trigger against your own allies. Okay, that missed. That missed, good. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Mind control lost. That's good. Oh no, that's just fire. Wait, there's another pod? 2 sectoids? Maybe this truck will blow up? This is so bad. Just kill the sectoid. Okay, at least you resisted mind control. Don't shoot at your ally? You did. Well, it was parried. Please give me some damage. Good! And you use Spectral Army. Like, how crazy is this? Mind control lost. We have something. At least. Panic removed. Okay, we have 4 people to work with. Yeah, if I can get this Spectre down, that would be so good. Please. This is the biggest shot of your life you need to hit. Yes, and you crit. Okay. So we have another person back. Okay. Okay, the Warlock comes undone here. We get a flank shot on the Warlock here, though. Nice. Okay. Somehow we got through this mission. I thought we were gonna just completely lose there. Okay, yeah, there's no more enemies. Okay. Alright, take the vial. I am just so happy. I didn't think I would be able to get through this mission without any casualties. Alright, this trooper dies though. Everyone gets out this turn though, so it's fine. Is that everyone? Yep. And evac. That's crazy. I can't believe this mission was done. I completed this mission with 0 deaths. This ending screen is so beautiful, I could cry. There were some scary moments, but all in all, surprisingly good. And after so many days, so many failed attempts, we are able to progress with the game. I can't sit on my victory for long though. Thrust into the next mission, it's a different type of supply raid. We get 2 injuries, but that's it. There was one thing worth noting, and that's the next tier of mechs. A heavy mech. It's an improvement in almost all places. It has 2 missiles instead of 1, has more armor, higher HP, and a bunch more stuff. After returning, while we're still at the base, we can unlock the last squad size upgrade, bringing the troops we can now take to 6. I feel the strongest now than I've ever been before. I don't see anything stopping me at this point. Dropping down, we see that something doesn't add up. We have 7 troops? That's another tangent that would take up another minute or 2, but it's just for this mission, so please accept it. All that matters is that we are up an extra person. We maneuver our troops a bit and find an Andromedon. This unit is special, not because of what it can do, just move and shoot normally. Occasionally it may chuck a grenade, but when it dies, its armor takes over, and it converts from a biological unit to a completely mechanized unit, and it leaves a trail of poison when it runs. In summary, it has 2 lives. With my overwhelming numbers though, I just shred through both. Although it did take a bit more time than I would have liked. And that timer is starting to get low after only fighting 1 pod. If this mission is going to be a success, I need to go faster. Move my units up, faster!
Faster, come on! It doesn't matter how many I reveal, I need to win! Faster!
Wait. What? I thought it was going so well. It should have been so easy. I guess I just let my strength get to my head and played too relaxed at the beginning. When I finally realized my mistake, it didn't matter. That's our first major loss of this attempt. From now on, I need to play more aggressively from the beginning. I know that now, but it'll have to be at a later date. The timer has caught up with us once again, and I am running out of time to act. I'm just gonna fly to the next facility and... Are you kidding me right now? So, while I was looking to finally do the next facility, a supply run appeared. The nature of how these missions work is that I have to do them literally as soon as I see them, or else I'll miss out. If I did the facility, I couldn't do the supply run anymore. Of course, now there's the problem. Do I do 2 missions in a row? You guys haven't been witnessing the importance of time, but I need time in between missions to allow my troops to heal up and rest. Any excess time in battle, at least how I see it, is just wasted. On the other hand, depending on the supplies I get, it would snowball me even further than I already am in this campaign. I can't believe I'm doing this. So, another supply run. Remember, we need to play aggressive from the beginning, and the assassin shows up. The last chosen. She's unique because unlike the other 2, she is melee. She runs up to your army, hits them, and runs away. Similar to how the Templar works. She's also invisible until she decides to reveal herself and attack, so it's not like I know when she's coming. She may throw a grenade, she may use an energy wave, and she may use her gun, but most of the time, she's hitting you with her sword. I think she's the most difficult chosen to go up against, and it's not even close. I am really scared of her, and I can see myself wiping if I'm not careful. So I think my plan is to deal with her before advancing. Meaning, I have to go back on my word and play safely. Anyways, it's a supply mission, so I just need 1 crate. Everything else is luxury. So I'll just sit and wait for my opening. Which doesn't seem to be coming. You know what? No problem. I'll just evacuate. I wouldn't have lost anything. Just wouldn't have gained any supplies. Slowly but surely, I'll move everyone to the evac point and... Okay, great! Well, we lost our Reaper again. In terms of this video, it'll be the 3rd time, but globally, I have no clue. And checking would make me sadder than I already am. I don't even know if we're ahead anymore with all the losses and failed missions, but that's only part of the problem. We still have to get rid of this timer. As this is the first facility we're raiding that's not the black site, it has some minor variations. Firstly, rather than the Chosen showing up, it's one of 3 alien rulers. In some ways, these are actually harder than the Chosen. What we meet here is the Berserker Queen, and the first thing you probably noticed is that, her HP and armor. It's really scary. But we don't have to burst it down all at once. After a certain threshold or a certain amount of turns, she may TP away, to which we'll find her in a later mission with the exact same HP and armor we left her at. That goes for all the rulers. Of course, ideally, we can deal with her now and receive the blueprints of her special armor we can make with her carcass. We only need to burst her down before her turn and oh yeah, so apparently they weren't a challenge enough. So the alien rulers don't get a couple actions at the end of our turn. Instead, they get a reaction after every action we make. I don't think I need to explain the challenge this poses on us. Every reposition, shot, grenade throw, anything counts towards their actions, and her abilities are devastating. She only has 2 abilities, but I consider an AoE attack that knocks back and has the chance to stun, disorient, or at worst, knock unconscious, plus a global roar that causes people to panic as kind of broken moves. The best shot I have right now is catching her while she's alone. We even have the high ground. I can use that to our advantage with better aim, and she has to sprint towards us, buying some time. I try to space everyone out as best I can while making sure not to move too far to reveal any more pods. Just going for it, we get a huge turnoff, chunking about 1/6 of her HP with overwatches and just regular shooting, keeping some people with moves to respond to what she does. We accidentally reveal our unit, who remains in concealment after the squad is revealed, but it wasn't a crucial part of our plan. After seeing where she stands, I move my soldier back and there's advent troops. Okay, well then. What is that? Okay, that guy's panicked, but he's stunned. I'm gonna move over to here. I don't see how I win this. Just as soon as I felt elated, completing that black site with relative ease 3 missions ago, experiencing some horrendous losses and 0 successes, with a game over looming over the horizon, reality came crashing back down as I watched everyone die. At this point, I no longer felt anger or frustration. It was just numbness. I felt nothing as I failed and restarted each attempt. I was just going through the motions of start up a game, do as best as I could until I hit a wall, and restart. Some attempts would last. I would be able to progress through and get close to where I made it up to in attempt 9, whereas others were dead from the beginning. Just try one more time was repeating in my head over and over. It was like starting a stream was an optimistic version of myself, seemingly unbreakable to what was to come. But always at the end, I was questioning if I had done anything worthwhile that day. But while I was slowly drifting away from caring, I failed to realize I had the attempt brewing in front of my face. At the beginning, we got the Templar. I had only gotten this faction as a start once before, which I restarted during the first mission. This was the first sign. I had come to understand that this was the most broken faction in the late game. Being able to level them up from the beginning was huge. I flew through everything given to me, leveling my soldiers at an incredible pace. Every mission was successful and efficient, unlocking tier 2 weapons and armor before even thinking about the Black Site mission. And here's the second sign. I even tried attempting the Black Site before the countdown started, and it turned out pretty good. Not as good as number 9, but when compared to everything else, it's a blessing. I had cleared many hurdles and made it to where I was at before. But this game was not about to make this easy for me. As I was preparing to do the first non-Black Site facility, I saw a notification that made my heart drop. A retaliation mission. Once again, I would be forced to do 2 missions in a row. Unlike last time, I can't even choose not to do one. If I skip the retaliation, I would lose contact with the region and will have to waste a lot more time and resources. If I skipped on the facility, well, bye-bye attempt 15. I'm required to complete both in a row, unsure of what the future holds. We always enter retaliations not in concealment, and this is no different. I move up anticipating some enemies to walk into me, so I enter Overwatch with everyone. Fortunately, this does happen, but only procs the skirmisher. Still, some damage is better than none, and it is just enough for us to kill off 3 and send the last muton running. Moving up, we find a pod with 2 mutons and a berserker. I try to put my skirmisher in a good position, but end up making things worse for myself. He cannot see anyone. The situation has some extremely difficult terrain to deal with, so I take a massive gamble and put my grenadier out in the open to get an amazingly placed grenade. I have tier 2 armor, so I'm confident getting a hit. However, if this doesn't work out, it'll suck a lot. My main priority is the mutons, as they're the ones who can get a critical hit. They're so far back, I can't hit the one that's exposed. I'm forced to shoot the one in cover. 1 miss, 2 misses, and forgot them. Still dangerous, but it helps. Luckily, the berserker triggers the skirmisher Overwatch and it kinda just walks past everyone. I don't really know, but I'll take it. Unluckily, the muton throws a perfect grenade in retaliation and chunks 3 of our people of half their HP. Next turn is just for cleaning up the enemies and preparing for the next encounter. And here's where we have to be careful. We need to avoid explosives as much as possible as we're fighting in a large group of resistance members. What makes things much harder is that enemies will avoid us and tunnel on the civilians. And remember, if we don't save 6, then we lose the mission, and by proxy, the region. 1 civilian loss. The other berserker tries and misses. 9 left, 10 lost. If there's 4 more deaths, the struggle was for nothing. A car blows up where my grenadier was using for cover, leaving him at 1 hit point and surrounded by fire. My army is my #1 priority. He retreats and hunkers down. 1 less person to use this turn. Once again, we try to target the berserker. 1 hit, 1 miss. Come on! Have you hit 1 alien this mission? Boom! Shotgun to the face, dealing 8 damage, and it wouldn't be complete without a final miss from our skirmisher. Upon ending our turn, 2 more civilians die at the hands of the pair of berserkers. Only 7 remain. My heart is pounding at this point. How can I take care of 2 berserkers on this turn? Leaving no other option, I sprint my 1 HP grenadier back into the front lines and throw a gas grenade on both of them. Having most of the people killed already gives me the opportunity to launch and detonate poisonous gas into the house without consequences. So, calculated, I guess? We know it's going to do some damage at the end of the turn, so I would like to leave them at a low HP threshold rather than finish them off. Our sniper reloads so she can't do anything this turn. Our ranger blasts the berserker again, doing massive damage. The skirmisher shoots 1 bullet. It hits, leaving it at 2 HP. I really hope the gas finishes this one, so I swap over to the next, but it misses. It's all down to you, specialists. Please, please. Yes, it's guaranteed dead, so it survived. There's 6 people exactly. It's all down to this. Does the berserker make a move? No, okay, we still have a chance. So, I think I understand now why this person wasn't targeted. Well, we won. The MVP definitely goes to none of you. The resistance soldiers get this one. On some retaliation missions, I get ally resistance soldiers that attack aliens on their own separate turns. I don't think I've seen them not only hit as many shots as they did, but crit. They were all better shots than my guys this day, and were valuable assets in this green border. This entire saga was fun and all, but this was just a side quest. This is the mission we've been prepping for. If I lose this, we're done for the 15th time, and it's back to Operation Gatecrasher. Let's dive in. After landing, we quickly found the first squad, but I didn't want to engage them. I knew one of the alien rulers would appear, and I really would like to engage it while we're all concealed, so we get a huge chunk of damage on it, similar to what I did with the Berserker Queen previously. This time, do it with everyone, rather than just a few people. I tried to sneak our way past all the guards and find a better angle, taking the opposite route around the house. And eventually my plan works. I find the Viper King. Here's where I get a bit greedy though. You see, I could have jumped him right here, but I was worried about triggering the advent back that way, so I wanted to stall it out until he isolated himself. We followed. Still too close. We followed. And he's so far up, I don't want to trigger anyone else, so I'll just sit here and hope that he comes back. We sat in ambush. Oh, he's back, and oh no. Oh no. I royally Screwed myself. I thought waiting would make it better, but no, I just kept digging myself a bigger grave. I couldn't even regroup as some people would be in line of sight as soon as they ran. I had to engage here. I waited for my time to strike, which was after the Viper King left. I set up my overwatches and threw a grenade into the group. Immediately, the Spectre and Viper both react. Our sniper shoots the Spectre, but the first overwatch shot on that enemy is always a miss. I contemplate moving up my Templar to use his grenade because I'm afraid of activating the Viper King. After some deliberation, I decide to take the risk. Wrong decision. Now we have to think about our turns even more carefully, as every action causes the reaction from the alien ruler. We run up with someone. The Viper King freezes 2 of our units. Good thing we already used up our entire turn on them, so both of them don't have a thing to do. We shoot at the officer and land a critical hit, ending its life. That's 4 more units to go, plus the Viper King. A grenade gets thrown at the frozen guys, but only hits 1 person, somehow, and the Viper spits poison on both of them as well. Finally, to end the alien's turn, the Spectre steals 1 of our men. We try to run up to it and one-shot it, but unfortunately we don't get a crit, leaving it low. Also, none of these actions triggered the Viper King, I'm not sure why, but we only have 2 people this turn to work with. Our sniper throws a smoke grenade down at our 2 people getting bullied, and immediately it's the alien's turn again. Our sniper takes a bit of damage and gets scared off high ground. The trooper takes a shot but misses. Running through the poison at 1 HP means it's a guaranteed death next turn, and the Viper pulls in and binds the ranger. Lastly, the shadow-binded unit shoots our Templar and does 7 damage. Our 2 frozen units get unstuck this turn though, giving us some room to work with. If we move with the Grenadier, she will get poisoned, so I decide to sit in the open and fire at the Viper, which pays off as the shot crits and one-shots it. He retaliates by pulling and binding that same Grenadier. I move up my Ranger to cover, not realizing the bind does damage each reaction phase. This knocks my Grenadier unconscious. Our Ranger takes a shot at the flanked Spectre and murders it, getting rid of the clone in the process. This last Advent soldier is guaranteed to die to the poison, so it's 5 of us versus the Viper King. With our specialist returned, we revive the unconscious Grenadier. I'm a bit worried of my units as they're low on health, so I heal the Templar. The prediction was right as he gets pulled. We shoot with our Grenadier, only do 1 damage, but it's enough and the Viper King lets go. On his turn, he freezes the Templar. I tell my Grenadier to run away as any bit of damage will kill her. And here's where I realize we're done. He fires a shot across the map and it hits square on my specialist. We're all too low, with 0 resources left. I look around at the state of everyone. We're in a horrible situation. We struggled to our bitter end and almost succeeded. The Viper King, who I've yet to put a dent in, finished us all off. And regrettably, I had to restart 1 more time. Okay, you know what? I'll take that. Thank you. Now we can all leave that. Let's go. Everyone gets out. That was not a mission I was expecting everyone to get out. I really thought I was gonna lose everything here. Holy, I knew that these 2 missions were going to be rough, and to help, I used up everything at my disposal, including my weapon mods. It's stuff like increased aim, chance of an extra action, and a 5% chance to execute an enemy. I literally forgot I had it on, and any shot I took was to whittle down the HP for when I met the Viper King again. Seeing the animation play with the executed in green show up, I couldn't be happier. I returned to base, mission complete, and a Viper King corpse in hand, surviving the 2 missions in a row. But more importantly, with that, I am now the furthest I have ever been along with the campaign, with the possibility to continue. And like I said earlier, I seem to enter the flow state. Yeah, so we have gone through a lot. In fact, this video up until the beginning of the montage was only the first half of the game. You may wonder why I paced the video like this, but in reality, XCOM is hardest in the early game. Once you get more gear and abilities, it becomes much easier to complete a level. Not everything was smooth sailing, but none of the losses we experienced were detrimental. And so, everything was easy? Is that even the word I should be using? In any case, we're done with the game. All we need to do is end the Chosen and then head to the final mission. To do that, we need to infiltrate their stronghold. First up on the chopping block is the Hunter, the first Chosen we encountered in this playthrough and this attempt. We only get one chance with strongholds. If we fail the mission, we can never attempt it again, and the Chosen will continue to terrorize us. I chose this because I perceive this guy as the easiest Chosen to take care of. There's one huge thing I wanted to explain with my own voice rather than have you see it with text in the montage, and that is the last type of unit, the Spark. It's our own mech. You'll be seeing it a lot because 1, it's low level and I want to level it up, and 2, it doesn't get tired unlike our humanoid troops we have, so I can take them on consecutive missions, and as long as I don't take damage, it'll be working at 100%. But I digress. The stronghold is made up into 2 parts. We have to run in and clear out this first section, making our way to the elevator, which we do flawlessly, not taking a single bit of damage or using any one-time mission consumables. Once we take it up, we're at the point of no return. Either we finish the Chosen, or we're all dead. There's some enemies waiting for us, and every turn some will appear by teleporting up. Obviously, we need to fight the Chosen. Once he has fallen the first time, a timer starts ticking up and a new objective appears. This device is the reason why we can never kill them in the field. It always brings them back to life once they've fallen, so the easiest way to deal with it is to blow it all up. We have to destroy it before the Chosen spawns in again, and if we don't, then the cycle will repeat. The Hunter is a non-issue, and after demolishing the device, we have to end him one more time before he's dead for good. And that's the first Chosen dealt with. See? Just like I said, not that hard. Next is the Warlock Stronghold. If you remember, actually I'll let my previous self talk about it.
After you reach close to him, he will use psionic attacks to fight, and will either disorient your soldiers or try to take control. At 50% HP is when he does his super move, where he becomes untargetable and spawns a couple psi soldiers.
Wait a second, run that by again?
After you reach close to him, he will use psionic attacks to fight, and will either disorient your soldiers or try to take control.
And this item does... Well, that was an experience. We have a bit of a breather and kill the Berserker Queen, but as you can see, this is a reason I skipped out a lot of the second half. We get so many resources, we can get whatever we want, we have so much options over for us, we can approach a mission however we want. And then sometimes there's things like this. The strongholds, which are supposed to be the final stand of each Chosen, are kind of a joke so far. And the assassin shows up the mission before I decide to enter her stronghold, and she gets completely destroyed. I'm not concerned at all, but for the sake of completion, I'll briefly summarize the last mission. I think the main issue for this will be the early areas, as we'll be trying to save our grenades whenever possible. Okay. Oh, yep. Thank you for critting. Nice. Oh, or you can execute. I mean, that's also something you can do. Okay. Even if you missed the first one, we have a second one. Okay, nope. There we go. We killed everything here without having to use any cooldowns or just utility in general that can only be used once. Okay, so there is a turret, 2 turrets, because this does not look good. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna chance it. Oh, no. You know what? I took the chance and I failed it. Oh wait, yeah, you have Overwatch. I hope that doesn't hit. No, that shreds 2 armor? You still see through this door? Okay, well, I did 3 shredding, so how do you feel? Oh, I'm sorry, but how can you attack through the, like... Okay, thank you for killing. There we go. Okay, that's 1 unit dealt with. Nice, 4 shredded, 11 damage. There, okay. He's throwing the grenade. Oh, no. He took damage. Okay, we're gonna have to do a lot of heals right this turn. Oh, wait, you killed it. And that, we took way more damage than I would have liked to, because this was just such a horrible area to be in. This is gonna be a long, long mission. Okay, let's activate the Ascension Gate. we are again. For the last time, hopefully. I mean, it's the last time no matter what, so... Well, this is a different room layout. It doesn't have the thing in the middle. So, wait, how am I supposed to get high ground then? Against her? Oh, that's not good. To take temporary control of the unit. There we go. That's what we like to see. Enemy mech is hacked. This one, I feel, is definitely going to be the hardest chosen I deal with. But I think other than that, it should be fine. Hopefully we hit them because she has a chance to just, you know, return fire on them. I'm going to take the 46% chance. I mean, like, it's not a... Like, it's guaranteed kill because you do 1 damage, but... still. Mech is still hacked. I think this might be the last turn. I could be wrong, but we can see. Enemies? I thought it would just be the Andromedon, and it's a Berserker. Okay, well then, attack the other thing with the mech. Are you serious? Okay, well, that's not good. Did I just shoot instead of banishing? I think I did. Okay, well then, I guess we're just shooting. Okay, so what do we have over here? A priest. That's not that bad. That's actually fine. And the... Okay, mech is back. Oh no, I didn't realize the mech would be able to just attack on the turn. I think I whiplash this thing. And you miss. Okay. Well, at least that tells me that I'm throwing the frost bomb here, right? Oh no, it's not in range. There, that's frozen. Strike something as well. What is this, chrysalid? This can kill, or this will kill if it hits. I think this is what I do. Because I can kill 2 things here then. No, but you dodged! You can kill the mech and then kill the chrysalid. As long as it doesn't dodge again. Thank you. Okay, so that's 2 enemies killed. There's the assassin back. Mind control. Please don't work. Ah, it worked. This is not a good position to be in. I have to try and justice this priest out. 50-50 coin flip. Please. I mean, yes, I should. I will freeze my own guy. That's probably the plan. But I first need to kill this Andromedon. There, 15 damage. Okay, it will die. Are you serious? How are you missing these every time? Okay, blood trail there. 7 damage. Good. Andromedon mecha is dealt with. Just end my turn here. Oh yeah, remember when I said the priest wasn't that bad? Well, it's just in the worst position, so I'm just getting screwed over so hard. What is it doing? Are you serious? You're kidding me. I just lose. I squad wipe here. Bleeding out is you're still mind controlled. We only have 1 person that can do something. We all die here. We still have 1 turn to stabilize that person, so we're fine for now. Okay, at least that hits, but of course he goes into stasis. Why wouldn't he? We're gonna be forced to stabilize? Yeah, just combat protocol. Are you telling me you cannot see this person? This priest needs to die. I'm gonna, like, I have to use the acid bomb. I don't want to, but I have to. Okay, there. And then I won't use the scanning protocol this turn. It'll be next turn I use it. I'm just gonna hunker down with everyone that I can. I mean, I guess you were full HP, so it wasn't too bad. You summon more units? How is that in range, man? That has to be just max. Okay, well, T-Rex is dead. Okay, there. That's another bleeding out, yep. Okay. And that's everyone dead. I had led my troops into basically a squad wipe. This was the only unit that survived. She was originally bleeding out, but I was able to stabilize her. However, after losing the mission, she should have been captured or been killed. I don't know. But I think of this, her being sent back to me, as the assassin taunting me, laughing at me, because I failed to take her down. I originally thought I would try to explain why I lost here. My troop selection was bad. I took the wrong consumables. Maybe if I focused on the priest. Maybe if I used my abilities earlier. Maybe if I... No. Too late. Because of my incompetence, my Reaper, my Skirmisher, my Spark, my fully promoted Grenadier, my fully promoted Specialist, all gone. But it wasn't just people. My one-time obtainables, the frost grenade, the archon armor, the warlock's gun, the fusion axe. Wiping there was a punch to the stomach and getting beat up while I was down. But we must press on. This is no different from early on. I can't let this defeat ground me. I must stay strong. The end of the game is within arm's reach and we are just about to...
Perimeter alarm!
There.
It's one of those things.
Please don't tell me I need to fight her again.
Get me a fix on its location, now!
But you're not gonna like this.
I'm gonna have to do this mission right now. Are you serious?
We need to take that thing out while we still can. Our forces can deploy immediately. Just give the word.
As I was gearing up to leave, the assassin appeared in my base. She hadn't taken enough from me. She was here to end it all. And I seriously, no joke, thought about resetting. Although this was the final thing standing between me and the last mission, I was shattered after that disastrous experience and was afraid to experience another. It would have been so easy to just start again, like I had done 15 times before. But I paused and thought about everything. The absolute ease I did attempt 15 until now. They feared me, and this one success on their part almost made me quit it all. And so I am not going down without a fight. We would stand here until the end, fighting until our last breath left us. And you think you've bested us once, and that's the end. How many times have we watched you fall just to see you come back for one more try? We may not be able to put an end to you permanently, but we will put you down again and again, however long it takes. Don't even think you can do the same to us. And now we will! Okay, final stage time. There's actually two parts to this final phase. First, I need to send a 3-man squad to infiltrate the broadcast center. Get in, eliminate every alien present, upload the video, and leave. Not to brag, but it was a clean mission with only a light injury. It was a victory, but the main battle was yet to come. Now it was all down to the main team. You know, I now realize though, I haven't talked about any of my soldiers at all, just in a general form. So, as this could be the end, allow me to introduce you to my A-team, the ones I trust in clearing this mission. First up is our ranger. Armed with a shotgun, rage suit, with a shredder gun, and a plated vest, Donna Fury Thompson is going to be our main frontline, in charge of running into everyone, trying to blow them up, and even tanking some hits. Second, Gabriela Deadeye Ramirez. She's our sharpshooter, excelling with both a sniper and a pistol, which is why she has both of the hunter's weapons, who also has a smoke grenade to protect the backline and AP rounds to add to her already astronomically high DPS. Then we have Adonis Loki Metaxas, our guy who has spent the entire playthrough, bar the last 3 missions, cooking in the psionic chamber to get all the psi abilities. It took him a while to reach this level of power, but now he can completely change the tide of a fight by himself. He has a decoy grenade and is wearing the serpent suit in case he finds himself in a tough situation. Our support, Kiriko Cypher Nishimura, is in charge of both healing and hacking. She's here to prevent anything from going wrong, and if it does go wrong, she is here to bail us out. As she's a support, her damage output isn't too high, so she has the bolt caster to make up for it. Next, Thomas Stormwalker Martin, my Templar. He's probably gonna be in charge of finishing off people and drawing enemy fire, donning a mind shield as he's super susceptible to mind control for whatever reason. He's been with me since the beginning of the game, and it's most fitting for him to be here as well, as the only surviving faction member in my squad. I imagine him as the captain of the team. And finally, Carrie Demo Young. Equipped with blue screen rounds for dealing with robotic enemies and both acid and fire grenades, she is the only person that is not the max promotion level because she was never supposed to be in this mission. This spot was reserved for T-Rex, who was one of the victims of the Assassin Stronghold tragedy. But while she may not be the most experienced, she fills the spot of my Grenadier perfectly. And now I think it's the time to mention, I couldn't talk at length into each mission. Every point I got lucky or lost due to a wrong key press couldn't fit into this video, but everyone has a story worth sharing, and at the forefront of it all was my army. At first, for them, this was a fight to remove the aliens' oppression on humanity, and that has not changed. But with what all these people have been through, all the near brushes with death, seeing their comrades fall, hearing of mission failures, and knowing there's nothing they could have done to change the outcome, it builds up and builds up. And even for me, even though I was the one who led them, anytime you hear that someone has gone down, it's one of the worst things you can hear. That sound just fills you with dread. And it's not just for this attempt. I still think back on every attempt I had abandoned, each serving as a reminder of my shortcomings. Why couldn't I have been slightly better? Was it doomed from the start? Are just a few of the questions festering inside of me for each group of people I was unable to save. So I too need to vent. And where else than the final mission to liberate humanity from the cancer that has clung onto this world for far too long. We're coming. And it's personal. And so, we don't have 6 soldiers we're taking into the final mission, but 7. The commander's avatar is the extra soldier who can mind control, send a pillar of energy, and open a void rift, along with the other stuff that every troop can do. However, this one is the most important unit. If you look at the objectives, if they die, it's over. It's an extra soldier, but just because there's one more person does not make things any easier. No, in fact, it's a premonition for the slugfest we have to complete. I have to get through all of this. And it's not sparsely populated. We have 30 enemies to get through. It's gonna be a long fight. We start out by finding 9 enemies right off the bat, about 6 of those being chrysalids, 2 berserkers and 1 gatekeeper. Loki opens a void rift under the majority of the chrysalids, either killing them outright or causing major damage and inflicting mental effects. This allows the rest of our troops to wipe out the berserkers. All that's left is the gatekeeper, who decides they don't need any teammates and chooses to kill them all off. We then choose to mind control the gatekeeper, since he seems to want to join our side really badly. And so, the initial room is done after about 1 turn. That momentum we got is about to slow down though, as the assassin shows up once again, for the last time. This is it. The final showdown between me and the thing that has caused me the most amount of pain. This attempt would have been close to flawless, if not for her. Pulling out that clutch on the Viper King and a lot of stuff I would have loved to have included, but couldn't for time. Along with very clean missions as a whole, having close to no losses, it was her stronghold we got that huge blemish. I couldn't kill her, and right after, she appeared at the base. I humiliated her right there, but she could very well have the last laugh, and right here, she has come to prove why she is my worst nightmare. Her turn ends, and I have no clue where she could be. Slowly, I make my way forward, wary of the enemies I could trigger if I move too far. I don't have a time limit, but that still doesn't alleviate the anxiety I'm feeling right now. I move. And then... You know, I think the priest who mind-controlled my guy should be the final boss. At least this time she got 2 hits off and summoned 2 mechs, but 1 hit doesn't even matter as the commander's avatar heals HP with each turn, and I took control of 1 mech and had the other focus the gatekeeper I mind-controlled. I even fought the next pod of 6 stun lancers at the same time. I think I'm about halfway done already. We finish off the gatekeeper for it to not turn back on us, and then we meet the next group of enemies. They're all melee, but our hack on the mech runs out, so we have 1 extra person to worry about. With the rage suit though, we get a chance to panic the berserkers, and the faceless, when they don't have their transformation, are not menacing. Following that, we find 2 codexes and an Andromedon, the latter of which we mind control, and the former we clean up without issue. We then meet probably our scariest pod by far, 2 sectopods and 2 heavy mechs. If I'm not careful, we may take a lot of damage here. We also run our Andromedon in, as the mind control should be wearing out soon, and have the enemies take it to second phase. Luckily, we're super far away, and all of the robots decide to bunch up, allowing us to do massive damage and shred a lot of armor. It's going so well, and I'm looking at probably taking no more damage. But then again, me thinking I've already won leads me to make some stupid plays. I run Stormwalker up to get a massive AoE off, but I forgot when sectopods die, they explode, making me take some damage I didn't have to take, and it shreds my armor. Then I run over to the last sectopod to finish it off, revealing the last pod on accident. 4 more stun lancers. I take way more damage than I should have because of this, but it doesn't matter. I've taken care of all the aliens. That's 30 down, no more to... Wait, no. So, those 30 enemies are just the opening. This final room is the main event. Every few turns, enemies will spawn out of these portals infinitely, and it could be any of the ones I've encountered across this game. The only way I win this battle is by killing 3 avatars that will periodically appear. And once again, don't expect it to be easy. Just like my commander, they also heal every turn, making it near impossible to do consistent damage. So, all I need to do is burst it down then, right? Is what you may say. Wouldn't that be great, huh? Anytime you land a hit on the avatar, they teleport to a random location. I can get flanked with no actions remaining if I'm not careful. But remember, it's not just the avatar I'm fighting. I still have every other alien. So it's not like I can move everyone where I please. This one enemy flips everything you knew about XCOM on its head. And I need to figure out how to kill 3 of them with never-ending waves spawning on me. To top things off, my people aren't in the worst shape, but also not the best. We have someone who's almost dead, and 2 others at half HP. We've made it this far. This final room is my last obstacle. Alright, what do we have here? A lot of damaged units. Okay, double Archon and a Avatar. I want to try and get close without revealing them. I'm gonna move up and then mind control one of the Archons, dominate one of the Archons. And there's no position for me to really see them. Immobilize, oh, for multiple actions. Okay, that's the first mind control. To use in case someone goes unconscious or something. Alright, chrysalids. Okay, another set of units coming by. Vipers. Well, we have the serpent armor to hopefully fear them. Or I should also dimensional rift maybe. And I can move up here because the chrysalids have to go around me. They can't get in the same tile as me. Just like this. I think that's good placement. 6 to 9. Go for it. But now's a better time than any to just go all out, Deadeye. Slowly getting there. 71% chance, take it. Half of that time. Different game, so I think at first, I don't know what I'm gonna stream next, though. Oh, really? He's out? Avatar is out now. And mind control the Templar, but the Templar's a mind shield. This is exactly why I put that on you. I have been told I should try it. Which, I mean, it's I do want to. But I'm just, Wait. Wait, you don't die here, right? Oh, please don't tell me. Do I just lose? Okay. Well, let's reload the previous save. Load game, Ironman. But yeah, we're back in the final room. Okay, let's try and dominate. Okay, that's one mind control. Hail of bullets on the avatar would shred it and it would be really good. And then now, it's hollow targeted, so everyone gets better chance shots. Okay, 12 damage. Like, even if I miss, it'll still count as a hit because I have the 3 thing. Dang. Oh, okay, I didn't mean to move there. I meant to, like, click on the other person, but sure. I guess I'm here now. Which I guess is fine. I think it might be worth to just kill it. So I'm just gonna do that. Or we don't kill it. I don't get many chances to use it again, so let's just try it. There. Okay. So I'll use that right there. And hopefully that hits the faceless. I don't know what's the range of that, though. It's guaranteed kill. If anything, I can always summon Ghost if the second avatar appears. Let's see. That I think people should do at least maybe once in their life. Why don't I just do this? And then hopefully this puts the avatar in a better place. Probably not very good. Oh, mind control the Berserker. That's pretty good. Just is in the corner. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's another Chrysalid death. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Might use Void Conduit here. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, well, yeah, he gets sustained then. Oh, mind control lost. Oh, because he's sustained. Now's probably a better time than any to use Ghost. Yes, yeah. Basic, like, it's always so weird, you know, being... Please work. Okay, panicked. That's what matters. The fact that 6 psionic units spawned in, though, is not good, because they're gonna all try and use mind control on me. This just gets some damage off even if it misses, so it can't teleport away, so which is good. But it didn't miss. Let's go. And a hair trigger? You're just... Okay. You hit it again. How crazy is that? You hit 2 42% chance shots and got the hair trigger off. We just kill the avatar here. Oh, I really don't want the avatar to spawn in now, though. And it did. The priest tries to mind control my ghost. Okay, that's something new. And it worked. Are you serious? I didn't... Huh? Okay. And now this one mind controls the cocoon. Okay. No, sorry. It holy warriored the cocoon. My bad. Okay, my fault for thinking of something so stupid. This one tries to mind control my unit, which of course will work. Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Can I stasis the other priest, actually? I think that takes him out of mind control. There, okay. Thankfully that worked. I think I'm gonna use acid. Where does it go? I don't think anyone's flanked from this angle. Our commander's avatar is, but I can move in any angle I want, really. Despite how I sounded during the stream after losing that first time, I was stressed that I may have had to restart everything. I didn't know that reload save button would show up. I guess you weren't allowed to lose the final mission? I don't know. That's not important anymore. With just one more avatar to deal with, the end is in sight. As I look over my people, I think back on all we achieved and lost. Everyone who died for the cause, and even those who didn't. As I said earlier, every mission could have had a story written about them all. And it honestly hurt me to cut some of the stuff out, because they would have been very interesting. But that's in the past. Focusing on the present, here, the avatar is down to one more hit. And with a 100% chance to hit, with the Templar, I can confidently say that XCOM 2, The War of the Chosen, Ironman on Commander difficulty is done. Sure, I could have stuck the landing a bit better, and technically I should have lost, but within the rules of the game, I had completed what I set out to accomplish. Then I remembered all the attempts I took before, every alternate universe that I had abandoned whose aliens would never get purged, the struggle and sadness I felt through lost troops and failed missions, the hopelessness with each reset, and finally coming full circle to this triumphant victory. I had finally closed the book on the thing past me never could have done. And hey, who knows? Maybe one day I will set my sights on Legendary to fully conquer this game. But let's not worry about that at this moment. For now, I'll just sit back and relish my current accomplishment.